Hello everybody and welcome back to a new YouTube video. It's currently 3:40 p.m. and I finished work at 3 and I've just driven to the gym. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like in the process of like maybe trying to do more like specific days, like muscle days. That is what we're doing. So I'm just gonna do like an upper body day, I think. The only thing about coming to the gym at this time is there are a lot of high school students at this particular gym. They are working out, but they also aren't at the same time, but they're just kind of like in a big group crowded around like one machine, which is kind of annoying. So we'll see how that goes. I also need to stop into the bargain chemist, which is right next door, to get some pimple patches. I ran out last night and I desperately need some more. I might also get a face mask as well because I haven't done one in a little while. But yes, I'm doing spend an evening with me, like a evening routine after work. At the moment we're just gonna hit the gym and then I gotta figure out what I'm doing for dinner as well. So let's do that. It is definitely 4:30. I'm definitely only working out for like 40 minutes. I was like not feeling it at all. There were so many high school kids and I don't know, I just like really was not feeling the workout, so I was like ugh. So I did like some back and biceps, I think. So I just quickly stopped at Bargain Chemist, got my pimple patches and my face mask, and I'm gonna drive. I still have to stop at the store to get dinner. I'm feeling like some nice soup. So I'm gonna pick up, I think probably some chicken noodle soup. Sounds really good right now. Hey, don't be mean. No. You're pretty girl. It is 5:20. I just got home. I got my food and everything. I actually like to have my showers pretty early these days, only because honestly I hate showering. I do shower, but I just don't really like it and it just seems like such a chore. So if I get it out of the way and then I can kind of do everything else for the rest of the night. I am gonna have a shower and then make dinner, and then I have a few like chores and stuff I have to do, and I have to pack a little bit up. But also something we can do is change my countdowns. Essentially I have my little monthly whiteboard I would show you, but I've got other things on it. I get to change my countdowns. I always do this in the evening just because I can't be bothered in the morning. So 64 days until I quit my job, and then there are 85 days until I move to Melbourne. So excited. Yeah, anyway, I'm gonna jump in the shower and then we can do skincare together and everything. So I just got out of the shower. I always have my hair up because I don't wash my hair, and if I'm not washing my hair, I refuse to wet it as well. I usually wash my hair like once a week at the end of the week, so it's nice and fresh for the weekend. I am going to be doing this face mask that I got, but first, now people may think this is really weird, but in my head it started to make more and more sense to me. But I actually toned my face first. I feel like if I tone after the face mask, it's just going to take out everything that's just been put into my skin. I use the Sukin Pore Perfecting Toner, so I just get a reusable pad. Obviously I wash them after every use, but I just use reusable ones rather than one-time use ones, you know. Gotta be helping the planet as much as we can here. I got this sheet mask from Skin Republic. It's their spots and blemish one with salicylic acid. I use salicylic acid in my like daily routine, and I've used this quite a few times and I really like it, honestly. Like I do see results, and at the moment I am like breaking out around my chin. I was having some really good skin days. Some really nasty pimples popped up and they were like big fat red ones. It's just really bothering me, and they've been here for a couple days as well. So I also just don't like sheet masks. I've seen people cut them so they fit their face. I'm low-key intrigued. It's like, this is crazy. It doesn't fit me at all. I'm gonna try this, see if we can get it to fit better. I don't really know. I know they cut it in specific places, but I'm just kind of cutting it how I like at the moment. I mean, it's done a little bit, but okay, now it's just slipping. Okay, I might have messed it up. Maybe don't cut them. Anyway, this is a leave on for 15 minutes. So in the shower, I do a double body cleanse. So I just use like a regular bar soap. I usually use one from either Dove or Eco store at the moment. And then I do a body wash as well, which is the Soap and Glory Clean On Me one, just the original scent. And then for face stuff, I use the Sukin Revitalizing facial scrub. I use this 2 to 3 times a week. I did use it tonight because of my acne, and I'm doing a face mask. For my normal face wash, I use the La Roche-Posay Effaclear face wash. I've used this for years. Really love it. Oh, and now I'm down to my chin. Okay, I really regret cutting this because this is literally, oh my god, this is so annoying. Now for this particular face mask, I will leave it on for 15 to 20 minutes, but then I also like tap everything into my skin and then let it sit on my skin, and then I let the serum sit on my skin for an additional like 5 minutes just to make sure it's really in there. So that's just how I prefer to do it. And then I'll do the rest of my skincare. So I'll come back for that. So yeah, I usually tone first and then do the face mask. And now I usually go in with putting my pimple patches on. This is because this is obviously the driest part. This is the driest my skin will be during this whole routine. So it's just much easier for me to put it on now so they stick and adhere before I put all my serums on. I use the Mighty Patch, just the originals, just because I mainly only use pimple patches at night. So I obviously have this crazy one on my lip. So I'm really hoping that the pimple patch will stay on, and then I have a couple other spots and I want to put them on. So these ones stay on so well, and honestly they work. They are insane how well they work, honestly. I'm like in the middle of packing as well. I'm trying to multitask just because I'm going to stay with my sister for a couple of days. So, and then next I go on with my salicylic acid serum from The Ordinary. I know obviously I just did a face mask full of salicylic, but it's just my normal serum. So it does help with like new blemishes, not scarring. I do find that a lot of my old scars from like previous blemishes hasn't helped as much, but I feel like I don't scar from existing pimples as much anymore, which is great. Once that serum has like really come into my skin and it feels like it's really, you know, drawn in, I go on with my blemish cream, which I'm currently using this one. It's still new to my skincare routine, so I still don't know, but like so far I'm really liking it. This is like super thick though, and it does flake, so it's definitely not something that you can wear. I wouldn't really recommend wearing it during the day because it will like flake off, and definitely cannot wear it under makeup. But I just put these on all my red spots that I see. But yeah, my skin's not looking too bad other than like my affected chin. I have struggled with acne quite a lot throughout my life, so it's kind of just been a constant thing throughout my teenage years and my puberty and everything like that. So now this I do let sit into my skin for about 5 minutes just to really make sure it's in there. So I'll come back. I'm filming this in 0.5, like all my clips. So I'm hoping it's kind of fun because I want to use the back camera because it's like better quality. But I hope the like 0.5 clips are like fun and I don't end up hating every single one of them. So my acne cream is now sunken into my skin. So the last step I do is just some moisturizer. I just use the Sukin facial moisturizer. Again, I don't really have like an outstanding moisturizer that I use. I just use one for like day and night, like I don't really mind. And it's good. I don't have like oily skin and I don't have dry skin, so I can kind of just use pretty like in the middle moisturizer, if that makes sense. Okay, that is my shower and my skincare routine, which is obviously the main part of the evening. But I'm really hungry, so I'm gonna make my soup now. And it's also already 20 to 7. Don't know how that happened. I know I look crazy with this face mask on, and I know that we just did my skincare, but I thought I'd film this in between because part of my night routine, I actually like to prepare my lunch for the night before. So I've actually done meal prepping for this week. So this week I made a little chicken salad. Now I had meal prepped this a couple months ago, and by the time I got to like 3 days old, everything was like soggy and gross. I'm trying this time to kind of separate my ingredients. So I have like my tomatoes and capsicums in one, and then my more dry ingredients like the lettuce, the cucumber, the carrot, and the onion. And then I just have my feta cheese in another, and then my chicken in another. Obviously, I'll start with my lettuce and stuff. I kind of did make this a little bit more difficult. I put the lettuce on the bottom and then everything else on top of it, so it's a little bit annoying. Down, and then put more wet ingredients of the capsicum, the tomato, and then I put my cheese. I know to be healthy, you probably shouldn't have cheese in your salad, but honestly, oh, I love feta cheese like so much. Like, last but not least, I just have chicken. I just got a like pre-packaged roast chicken, and then that's my salad. And then I've also got a Cialoni mango yogurt, and then I also made some workday as my little sweet treat to get through the day. So I just have 2 slices with that, and that is my lunch for tomorrow. Okay, it's most definitely almost 10 p.m. and being like half lazy, half not. So I was watching TV while I was eating dinner, and then I needed to put my laundry away, and then I realized I needed to pack. So I've done that pretty much. Kind of just shoved everything everywhere and it'll be fine. But yeah, I'm currently just watching Friends, trying to become my nightly routine again. And yeah, I think I'm just literally about to brush my teeth and get into bed with it almost being 10 p.m. I mean, luckily I get to get back up at 7:30, which is a nice sleep in. So with that, that'll be the end of my video. Thank you so much for coming along with my evening routine. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm excited to see you all in the next one. Bye.